Hello everyone, I'm Pooja Gavande. I'm a Pilates instructor, an industrial psychologist, and a Reiki healer. Today we are going to talk about self-care. The reason why I chose this topic is because we are in a very different situation as compared to what we are all the time. We are in a lockdown situation where we are forced to stay at our homes, and self-care, if not any other thing, has got to be our best friend. So that's why I'm going to talk about self-care today. I would like to begin by defining self-care according to me. So I like to think of self-care as being there for myself, just like you are there for your best friend. And today I'm going to talk about 5 ways in which we can incorporate self-care into your daily routine. These are extremely simple steps that you can start doing. So let's get into it. Okay, so the very first point is to cut toxic people out of your life. Here, the main keyword that I have literally underlined in my notes is boundaries. I would really like to start by telling you how important it is to keep your distance from toxic people. Now, who are toxic people? How do you recognize them? A toxic person is anyone who is not adding value to your life. Someone who tries to pull you down, someone who creates unnecessary drama. And now, how do you bring up boundaries with these people? Healthy boundaries, okay? You can try to be physically absent from the same room as those people are. It can be as simple as that. If you absolutely have to be with these toxic people on a daily basis, because they can be anyone, they can be your family members, they can be your friends, relatives, anyone, your work colleagues. So if you absolutely have to be with these people in the same room, then putting up healthy boundaries, which sound something like, oh, I do not have time, I do not see how I can make time for that, I have other things to do. Or just, if you can manage, then just simply not being in the same room with them. You open up a lot of time and space for your own activities that you could be doing otherwise and excelling in your life. So that is my first topic right off the bat. Cut those toxic people out of your life. It's totally worth it, believe me. So now, coming to the second tip, meditation. This is my favorite one. So I am a Reiki healer. So I meditate by doing Reiki. I even do other types of meditations, such as simply listening to affirmations mindfully, or simply doing other types of quantum healing meditations, but mindfully, literally being there. So one of the ways that you can do meditation is by simply being mindful, right? So as a psychologist, I have read this in my books that even if you are mindful while washing utensils or while taking a walk, you have had your meditation for the day. So yeah, I think meditation can genuinely help you a lot to gain insight into your life, to gain intuition around your behavior, or give you ideas about what kind of actions should you be taking in order to pursue your goal in a more productive and effective way, right? So that is my second tip to improve your self-care game. Now, coming to our third topic, which is affirmations. I love affirmations. To give you a really good example, currently we are in a state where uncertainty is a lot apparent, and faith and trust in divine can be a scarce resource. So affirmations such as everything is turning out for my highest good, or whatever I am trying to manifest or work towards is also trying to manifest me. Such affirmations can genuinely help you to stay grounded, stay centered, and live a slightly more happier life. So that's my third tip. Add affirmations into your life for different kinds of factors such as your health, your appearance, your work life, your study life. It can be anything. Just do a simple Google or YouTube search and I think you will be fine. And you can always ask me for help on Instagram or YouTube in the comment section below. Now moving on to the fourth point, which is acts of love. So you know how when we are in a relationship, we try to get to know our partner. We try to get to know what they like, what they don't like, what are their preferences, what kind of food they like. Now since we are performing self-care, we are going to reverse the roles. We are going to find out what we like, what are our likes and preferences, what kind of food we like, right? So recently I recognized that, coming from my own experience, that I do not like the food that's made at home. So I just decided that, I will start making food for myself, and that it just worked wonders for me, because I realized that I am actually a great cook, and this way I can tend to my likes and preferences. I can make myself happy. I'm just so happy that I'm there for myself. I comment down if you can relate to this feeling. But I think that this is a very effective way to just love yourself to the fullest. So that's my fourth point, is to do little acts of love for your own self, like you would do for your lover. And now finally finishing off with a very strong point, a fifth point. It can be very helpful if you actually look into it and work on it, is to pay attention to your self-talk. Okay, so the way you talk to yourself actually can say a lot about how you are performing and how you're dealing with certain life situations. So a healthy self-talk sounds like, if I have recently made a mistake and I forgot to do some work, I overslept and I forgot to do that work, or I didn't get time to do that work. So a healthy self-talk would sound like, oh, you know what, it's completely fine. You were tired, that's why you overslept, and that work can obviously be done again. So just relax and get on to do your other activities. Okay, now an unhealthy self-talk or a negative self-talk sounds like this. You know what, I am so fed up with you. You always do this, you always oversleep, you always neglect your activities, neglect your work, and you're never on time, and I just don't know how to deal with you. Yes, this can be a kind of self-talk that you are giving to your own self. When I actually put it out for you, you could hear how harsh that can be. So a key to really improving your self-talk, making your self-talk healthy, is to talk to yourself as if you're talking to your best friend. If you I'm pretty sure that you won't talk to your best friend if you have their best interests in your mind like this, okay, what are you doing, and this is not what I expect of you. But it is rather more supportive, more encouraging, more positive and forgiving, right? So those are my 5 tips on how to improve your self-care game in 2021 during lockdown 2, right? And let me know if you all liked this video, so that I could probably put up a part 2 of self-care and self-love, where I could share my own self-care routine with you all. So that's it for today. Take care, keep loving yourself. Bye bye.